Hi YouTube. I had every intention of starting this video out super peppy like I always do, but then I stopped at Speedway after church like I often do for my Orange Monster, and they did not have Orange Monster. All I had was white. Now when this happens to me, as it occasionally does, I try to remind myself that there are people in the world struggling with worse situations. And like, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm gonna be okay. But when it does happen, I get so upset. Let me just try it. Maybe it's better than I remember. It's just not orange. It's just not orange. Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. What's up, YouTube? So the footage you would have just seen would have been my breakfast, because today I am filming a full day of eating. You guys ask for them all the time. I always say I don't want to do them because my food is boring and I never remember to like actually film my food before I eat it. Whatever, I'm doing it today. So what you saw was breakfast. It was kind of low on protein, but I just had my heart set on that breakfast. All right, so one thing I wanted to update you guys on, because I don't think I've mentioned this in a video yet. Maybe I have. I don't think I have though. I think I've just mentioned it on Instagram, but I am going back to Bible school / ministry school. Yeah, so this was just decided like 3 weeks ago. Long story short, so this school is a 2-year school and I went to the first year back in 2011 and I was supposed to go to the second year, but at the time the school was in Texas where Matt and I lived and we were engaged to get married and he was gonna move back to Michigan for the job he currently has. So I either could put off our wedding for 1 year or leave the school and go back to Michigan and just finish the second year at a different time. Obviously I decided to get married to my husband. School of ministry has always been kind of what I wanted to do with my life. Even at like 18 years old, I kind of knew that I was gonna end up there at some point. And so I actually took like kind of like a layman's Bible school from like, was in that while I was in college from 2009 to 2011. And then in 2011, I decided I wanted to go to like real school of ministry, which is what sent me to Texas. And I was there for a year. The school was always in Texas. That's why I was never able to finish my second year while I lived in Michigan. But just last year, they brought the school back to Michigan. I'd been kind of like thinking in the last year that it was something that maybe I should consider finishing. I just have 1 year left, so it'd be really easy to just like kind of do, but for some reason I was just kind of like hesitant about it. I felt like, you know, like I really like what I'm doing with work. Like I want to like keep growing my business, keep growing my social media and stuff like that. I don't want to be tied down by like another schedule. Like, cause obviously the school schedule is like not flexible. I have to be there Monday through Friday from like 8 a.m. to noon. It's just me being selfish and me wanting to like continue to like live my life completely how I want to live it and not have to be abiding by anybody's rules. But yeah, I would say probably in like April I started thinking about it a little bit, and like I feel like it kind of came up for the first time when I was praying and I was like, like maybe I'll go back this year. And then probably like a month ago, I thought about it again. I was like, oh man, like I feel like I really should be doing that this year. And I looked it up and the deadline to register had like passed. So I was like, well, guess it's not gonna be this year. And it's funny, like the following Sunday at church, I was in the back hallway of my church waiting for somebody, and my pastor walked past me and he was like, oh hey, like we talked for a second, and then he started walking away from me and he stopped in his tracks, turned around and said something along the lines of like, are you ever gonna finish ministry school, or are you gonna go back to ministry school sometime soon? And I was just like, sounds like you're reading my mail, sir. And I was like, yeah, I did plan on going back sometime soon. I mean, he said something like, you know, I just sensed from the Lord that you and your husband are supposed to move on to something different in the near future, and you need to be prepared to move into whatever it is God has for you guys. And I was like, okay, all right, well, thanks, bye. And it's funny because this past year, you guys, I felt a lot like I have been like at the start of a racetrack, getting ready, geared up to like take off running, but never having a direction. Like, so I just feel like I've just been at the start line for like a year now, trying to take off and not having any direction, not knowing where I'm going, not knowing what all this like pent up energy is inside me for. And it's been kind of confusing. It's been definitely unsettling, and it's taken some of my peace away because I'm like a person that likes all the parts of my life to fit together, and I don't like not knowing what to do. And so I've had a lot of like different opportunities come up this past year, and I just never felt like they were for me. I never felt like they were what I was supposed to do, so I just always turned them down or was like, I'll do that later or whatever. And even when the Bible school thing came back up, I still was really hesitant because, like I said, I was worried about the schedule conflicting with what I prefer my life to be run like. Bottom line, I had selfish reasons for not wanting to go back, but also I was just scared. I was like, what, this will take a lot of my time and effort away from anything else I could do. What if other things come up this year and I can't do them because I'm in school? You know, I just kept praying about it. I talked to Matt about it. I went and actually like counseled with my pastor about it for a little bit. I couldn't find a peaceful decision. And a lot of people have asked me, like, how do you know what God is trying to say to you? How do you hear from God? And I think a lot of times it's not so much that he's saying something audibly as it is that you feel peace about a certain decision. And I didn't really feel peace with either one. I didn't feel peace about going, and I didn't feel peace about not going. So I went and counseled with my pastor, and walking out of my church that day, I was like, I'm gonna go. And I told Matt, like, I'm gonna go. And I swear the second that I finally said those words, like, okay, I'm gonna go back to school, I feel like I finally took off. Like, at the track, I finally started running, and I finally had a direction of where I was gonna go. And it was such a relieving feeling, and also just like an adrenaline rush, and exciting and scary, but it was awesome. It was like, it felt like everything I've been working for in the last 5 years of my life. So yeah, this footage is so long. I'm so sorry I've been blabbering, but so I'm going back to Bible school, you guys. I start tomorrow. I actually already had my orientation Friday and Saturday. I will talk more about school in the future. I just wanted to share that little snippet of information with you guys. Next, I'm gonna show you what I'm eating, which of course, it's Sunday, so I'm eating a Fit Crunch. This is like new packaging, but it's the same flavor I always get. It's the cookies and cream bar. These are huge bars, which makes sense because they have massive macros, but they're worth it to me. So yes, all right, I'm gonna shut up so this video is not 100 million years long. Okay, bye. All right, hey, there's husband in the background. Husband! So for meal number 3, I have some herb chicken. Let me see if I can like show you guys this. I found this at Walmart. Garlic and herb seasoned chicken. My biggest issue with chicken is that I don't like any of the seasonings that I have, and when I cook it, I just feel like it tastes like chicken from my house, and I hate that. So I bought chicken, I think it's chicken breast that Walmart seasoned, so hopefully it's gonna taste better than chicken that I make and I season. And I also found this at Walmart, little potato company. I've tried this before. This is the garlic parsley flavor. I like this because you just cook it in the microwave, which is super easy. And 1 serving, which is 1/4 of this whole package, is 0 fat, 16 carbs, 2 protein. So that's nice that we have chicken cooking, potatoes cooking in the microwave, and I'm also going to have some cauliflower, which is my favorite vegetable. I'm trying to like more green vegetables, you guys, but I'm sick of broccoli, I'm sick of green beans, and I'm sick of spinach because I've always had those over the last like 3 or 4 years of being a fit human. But like green vegetables are usually the best for you in terms of like nutrition and micronutrients. So I'm trying to find some that I like. For right now, I'm just gonna try and get veggies any way that we can, even if it's cauliflower and potato. You know what I'm saying? So here's the potatoes. I think it just open it from one end. Potatoes! And then they have this little seasoning packet that you mix in, and you can mix it in by itself because these are like kind of moist, or I guess you can add like olive oil or butter, but I'm just gonna mix this in. Might be crazy, but I just tried the seasoning on these potatoes, and I swear it tastes like the chicken seasoning from chicken ramen noodles. I don't know if that's good or bad. Who am I kidding? It's so awesome. Okay, we are back from the grocery store. I'm not gonna show you guys everything, even though it's like a really big grocery haul. I'm just not gonna show you everything. But I will show you a few things that I'm obsessed with or that are cool. I don't know, you're just gonna see what I show you. I picked up more of this Pepperidge Farm cinnamon swirl bread. They had apple cinnamon one, caramel apple, I think it was caramel apple. Looked so good, but it was literally like 50% more calories per slice, and I was like, I'd rather have 2 slices of the cinnamon than like 1 slice of like apple whatever. Also found these. It's chocolate covered strawberries. The 1 pouch of it is 60 calories, 4 fat, 6 carbs, 1 protein. Probably is like not very big of a pouch, but I mean, chocolate covered strawberries, it sounds amazing. It actually sounds like I want some right now. We'll see. Ooh, this was interesting. I just found this powerful oatmeal. It's got 20 grams of protein in it. This is apple cinnamon. I also got it in a maple and brown sugar flavor. I think you just like microwave this with some water, and the calories are 240 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 32 carbs, and 20 protein. So with school, I'm like up super early for school, so breakfast is gonna have to be something that's like quick. And I'm trying to find things that are like kind of like what I had today, like the quiche. I know it's not like super healthy, but it's better than like a processed protein bar. So I'm trying to find stuff that's either microwavable or like just something I can easily grab and go, because I know myself I'm not gonna get up early enough to like make a nice breakfast. Like, not gonna happen. I found these. I'm not normally a huge yogurt fan. I like go through like phases, but this sounded so good. It's Greek mousse by Light and Fit. It's 80 calories and it's in the salted caramel flavor. I don't know if that's like a seasonal one or if I'm just like out of the game when it comes to yogurt. And I also got Light and Fit Greek caramel apple pie. That sounds seasonal, but I'm super excited about that. That sounds so good. And the macros on this caramel apple pie is 0 fat, 9 carbs, 12 protein. And the salted caramel mousse one is 0 fat, 11 carbs, 9 protein. So those are really nice. It's like a nice like little low fat boost of protein if you're kind of lacking it in your day. Everything else looks pretty normal. I did pick up this. I feel like this is not actually a new flavor. It says new, but I feel like I've tried this before. I love Extra brand gum. That's my favorite gum. They always come out with like the cool holiday flavors. I got 100-calorie bags of popcorn because I never realized that popcorn is such an amazing snack and it's pretty low calorie and pretty low everything. So I got that. And is there anything else interesting? Nope, that's it. But I will show you guys this that I got. Let's get us into some good lighting, huh? Okay. What is this? Fresh and Healthy. It's basically a food prep service and they're local to my area. Basically Metro Detroit, Michigan-ish area. And they offered to send me some meals. Oh wow, these look really good. I normally don't do food prep services. I've considered doing Icon meals before, but I've heard really bad things about their customer service and really bad things about how consistent they are with like their product, the delivery of their products, stuff like that. So Fresh and Healthy reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try their service for a couple of weeks. So I'm doing that. And I've had a couple of meal prep companies reach out to me and I've said no several times. I look for a few things when it comes to meal prep companies. First of all, being like a generally like competitive price. Interesting foods, like I'm just not really tempted by a meal prep company that sends me like rice and chicken. Like that's just not exciting. These look so good. Here's one, it's a skinny turkey burger. You guys can't even see this. I'll just read the names off and you guys just have to check out my next vlogs to see what these end up looking like. But there's a skinny turkey burger and it has like sweet potato fries. There's a steak fajita bowl. There's a Western frittata, like an egg frittata. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. Honey sriracha glazed chicken, skinny chicken parmesan. They also sent me these like protein bites. Those you can actually see. That looks good. I guess those look like little chocolate chip pieces of cookie dough and they're protein bites. Cool. So I'm excited to try that out. I was gonna have one of those for dinner today, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the meals today or tomorrow, so I planned for something else. And I'm hungry and it's like 6:30, so I might have my last meal. I don't know, I'm not one of those people that like has to have food late at night. Like I know a lot of people like to like wait as long as possible in the morning to eat their first meal and then drag their meals out because a lot of people like to be eating like late at night. I'm like kind of the opposite. When I wake up, I usually want to eat within the first hour and I can totally cut off my food at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night and it doesn't really bother me. Like I'll be hungry when I'm going to bed, but like if I'm so hungry that I like can't sleep, I'll just have like a cheese stick and be like, it's a cheese stick, I'm not that concerned about it. That being said, I'm probably gonna have my dinner now at 6:30. Probably gonna go to bed at like 9:30 so I can wake up at 4:45 tomorrow morning to get my workout in before school. So early. Kitten? Kitten? Matt is chasing her with pasta. Can you please not scare our cat?
She's fine.
Are you fine? All right, now for my last trick, I will make pasta turn low carb and high protein. Wah! Is that even the brand name? There it is. So I've snapped about this. I may or may not have vlogged about this. I don't think I have. I think I posted about this on Instagram. It's a brand of pasta called Iso Pasta. I found them on Groupon and it's like super high protein, low carb pasta. One serving of it is 1.5 grams of fat, 11 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. You heard me correctly. No, they're not cheap. Not even close. But I will pay just about anything for a low carb, high protein pasta. And this is just such an awesome way to knock out a bunch of protein in your day. I looked up, when I first got these, I like looked up what the ingredients are. Let me see if I can, because I remember like I did research on these, like what is the protein source? The ingredients are wheat gluten, isolated soy protein, pea protein, whey protein, wheat flour, wheat fiber, egg white, and the stabilizer is guar gum, which is like a thickening agent kind of. If you are sensitive to thickening agents such as xanthan gum, you might want to go easy on this. The first time I had this, I had like 2 servings and I felt like my stomach was a little bit off. Although I've had 2 servings at a time since then and it's never been an issue for me. I think it might have been in my head because I knew that thickening agents can kind of mess with your stomach. But just so you know, yeah. I'm gonna make this for dinner. Not this whole thing. I think like 1.5 or 2 servings with some Alfredo sauce, and that's gonna be dinner. Okay. I'm wrapping up this vlog now because I'm trying to eat my food, which is steaming up, and watch Parks and Rec with my husband. So here is my meal. It's just pasta with Alfredo sauce, nothing else. No veggies, no meat, no cheese, nothing, just simplicity. So thank you guys for watching. I think I'm gonna film tomorrow or Tuesday, kind of like a day in the life slash how I'm feeling about school slash you guys see the steam because I see the steam. We'll see. Okay, see ya.